Alright, some of you will get so angry at this update that you'll literally put me on a cross and crucify me to a tree, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So, I told you that we're gonna look at a big surprise in this update, and we are, and you have no idea what that surprise is gonna be, but I'm gonna tell you right now. We are gonna look at our forecast for next winter. We always go big and go home on this channel, baby. Alright, so obviously this winter we have a major super El Nino forecasted. That's where you see the big bump and spike in the temperatures there. But look at next January. We get into a neutral ENSO. Big drop off, okay? So one, the global temperatures are going to drop significantly, but that's not really what I'm here to talk to you about. I'm here to tell you what next winter would look like. Now, keep in mind, we all know, according to my forecast, it's going to be a cold and snowy winter this year. Joe Bastardi agrees. Many other people agree. The models agree. So, what does a neutral ENSO bring us? Could we possibly have our third cold and snowy winter in a row? Keep in mind, last winter was pretty cold and snowy relative to average, and this winter is forecasted the same. Can we go three in a row and start a conglomeration of a long-term pattern of maybe a decade of cold and snowy winters? Well, first of all, before we get ahead of ourselves, let us take a look at what a neutral ENSO has for temperature. So we're just going to look at our winter months here. This is our analog for a neutral ENSO, and I'm not going to name every single year, but just bear in mind these are all neutral ENSO years for temps. Very cold winter, look. Okay, so that's forecasting. Based off the neutral ENSO analog, look, next winter to be very cold, and let's see, the precip now. I was about to say snowy, but let's not get ahead of yourselves there. Alright, so here's the precip for a neutral ENSO for winter. And this looks great. Why? Well, the west it looks good, but again, in the west you don't have too many people there, so it's not as significant as the east. This is indicative of a very, very active storm track for nor'easters. As you can see, they start here in the southeast, but then they really get going into nor'easters and blizzards in the northeast, interior New England, and coastal New England. Keep in mind, that's what I'm forecasting this year. Okay, so we're seeing so many similarities. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a look at this, but I won't leave you hanging. Let's go look at a few other model runs for this winter. First of all, that was my big surprise, so that's that. I want to leave you with a few things based off long-term and medium range outlooks. We're going to take a look at our European weeklies here. Taking a look at a European weeklies, winter 46-day snowfall looks like this. Okay, so we're starting to get some snow in Canada. Buildup of snow equals more cold because it reflects the sun directly, immediately back into space. Solar radiation. White reflects, black attracts. White reflects the sun rays back. It doesn't stay on the ground. So that's why it gets colder. All right, taking a look at our temperatures. Next 46 days. That's a very warm fall we're heading into. This is August 16th through October 1st. Starting to get really warm here. I wouldn't get too worried about that, though. In terms of winter, at least. Precip next 46 days. Okay. I busted on the whole Midwest fire situation. That didn't happen. But hey, I made a bold call and I'm proud of it. I like making bold calls. Okay, so anyways, we have in the next 45 days, this is August 16th through October 1st. There's no way you're going to get okay, I won't say a major hurricane because that's way too broad of a statement. But I will say that you're not going to get a regular pattern of tropical activity with this precip forecast. This is bone dry in the Atlantic Gulf source regions for hurricane development. You're just not going to have it. Not going to happen. Period. I mean, you might get one cyclone spin up, even a major at best, because I don't want to like leave anything unbiased or biased rather, but be unbiased about it all. But all right, so then again, even in the southeast coast along the Carolinas and the east coast of Florida, it's basically telling you we're not going to see hurricanes because that's a very unique position for that dry air to be in. It's like nope, it's like Mother Nature saying you're not going to get anything here. Okay, so and the interesting thing here is that we do see a lot of precip start to build up in the Midwest. That could be an early precursor sign for winter. Northwest remains dry. It's actually forecasted to be a very dry winter there in the Northwest, with good reason for an El Nino that typically brings that situation there. Let's look at our European seasonal. Unless no, that's old news. Take a look at our CFS V2 seasonal. See, okay, this is late news or our latest news. August 16th. We're going to see how far this will take us in terms of the months ahead. So we take a look at August. The rest of it looks like this. Temperatures, September temperatures. That's that cold September look. That is greatly different than the Euro weeklies. October's cold. November's cold. Okay. Let's take a look at our precip and then we'll do our 500s and maybe close this video. So monthly precip. So here's November. Okay. Here's October. Okay. September. Okay. I'm talking out loud, but it just doesn't make nothing's clicking yet that I can say something about. Let's take a look at our upper air heights, our 500 millibar heights, going for 500 millibars. Yep. Okay, so August, September, a nice trough there. October, getting ready for winter. November, again. I mean, even Joe, despite his warm look to his map forecast, he admitted in his Saturday summary that this could very well be a cold winter for many areas and a snowy winter. So, you know, maps don't always tell the whole picture. So even Joe's on board with the cold and snowy winter. I bear you witness from that from just watching his Saturday summary off Weatherbell. I want to see how much time I have left because I might go into a few more detailed things on here if I have the time, and I see if I have the time. Okay, we have about 2 more minutes. So with that being said, we're gonna take a look at let's do our NAO. NOAA NAO, okay. Our North Atlantic Oscillation, and again, another factor that seems to be leaning into a cold and snowy winter. We have a negative NAO for over 30 days now. This usually does happen when you're about to see a very cold and snowy winter. It happened during 2009-10 and also 2010-11. So again, this is a usual factor. What? All right. I have to go. Thank you all for watching. Tyler's World of the Weather. Take care.